And again, my name is Lucas Schroeder. My call sign is Whiskey 6 Lima Delta Sierra. Quick introduction. Again, my name is Lucas Schroeder, Whiskey 6 Lima Delta Sierra. I'm an amateur extra, born and raised in Toledo, Ohio. And if you're wondering why I have a 6 call, at the time, that was the only call sign with my initials in it open. I am 15 years old, and of course, I go to the Toledo Technology Academy. First, we'll get into DMR, and that stands for Digital Mobile Radio. It was developed by the European Telecommunications Standards Institute around 2005. And there's 3 tiers of DMR. You have Tier 1, which is only radio to radio, no repeaters. It's known as European FRS. Then you have Tier 2, which is what is used in amateur radio, and that's known as TDMA, or Time Division Multiple Access. And with that concept, you can have 2 conversations at the same time on the same frequency. Then you have Tier 3, which is trunking, which is mostly used for businesses and schools. And it was first brought into amateur radio around 2008 by the Motorola Amateur Radio Club. And there's many manufacturers, such as Motorola, Hytera, Tytera, there's Kenwood that just recently came out with a new radio, and many others, all of which do work with the open spot. Then you have Fusion, which is known as C4FM, or FDMA, which is Frequency Division Multiple Access, and that divides all the conversations onto 1 frequency at a time and not 2 at a time on the same frequency. And you have mixed mode capabilities, such as the radios will automatically switch between FM and digital, depending on what they hear, and so will the repeaters. Then you have Wires X linking, which is Yaesu's form of the internet linking, which the open spot does not do, actually. It was introduced around 2013. Present time, it's only made by Yaesu, and it can utilize a full 25 kilohertz wide channel, and that's known as digital wide. Usually digital narrow, which is 12.5 wide, is used. And then you have D-Star, which was created by the Japan Amateur Radio League, first available in the early 2000s. Easy linking with solid networks, and they very rarely go down. There's few manufacturers. You have Kenwood and ICOM, and it's about 6.25 wide, kilohertz wide. And so, what is an open spot? Well, it's a standalone digital radio hotspot. So, sorry, no analog, and I guess hopefully everybody guessed that, but you never know. Operates on DMR, Fusion, and D-Star networks with wired internet access. And you can make it wireless, and we'll get to that in a second. So, what does it / can the open spot do? Of course, it operates on the DMR, Yaesu, Fusion, and D-Star networks on the UHF band. Here are some advantages. It can very easily get you on those digital networks. It has dedicated hardware. It's all there in this small box of ABS plastic up here. I'll try to get this. This is the open spot right here. Standalone operation, so you don't need a computer to have it running. Once you give it the power and the internet, it'll just keep on running. And that helps in configuration availability with several devices. So you can configure it with an Android phone, an Apple phone, a BlackBerry, a Windows computer, a Mac, a Linux computer, any device that has a browser. And in the box, it comes with all necessary accessories and cables to get it up and running. You have a USB cable to power it, an Ethernet cable, and then a wall wart to get it powered. And of course, the antenna and the open spot itself. And it can do cross-moding, so I can talk on the Fusion networks with my DMR radio, and on the DMR networks with my Fusion radio. It has frequent firmware updates given out by SharpRF, which is who manufactures it, and they fix various bugs and add new features. And there's experimentation. With the right knowledge, you can go into those menus, switch a few numbers around, and make it do some other modes. So there are some disadvantages. In a way, it's not really wireless without the other accessories that I have up here. Get to that in a second. It's really meant for stationary use, but with these accessories, they can be used portable such as you're just traveling a lot, or you're a truck driver and you want to be able to talk while you're on the road. And of course it can have some bugs, but you go in knowing that with the beta firmware. And right now the latest beta is 1.16 and the latest stable is 1.08, so they're catching up. And you might be wondering, why would I want to get an open spot? So let's say you live in an area where there are no digital repeaters around, or they are around but they're too far away and you want to get on those digital networks. This open spot can do that. Think of it as your own repeater. It's your own repeater. It's operating on simplex. You match the frequency with your radio. You go into the web interface. It's like going to a website. You do what you want, go on the necessary networks and set everything up. And if everything goes to plan, you'll be doing that, getting on the air. And also, you might live in a city or town that have multiple digital repeaters that are linked to the internet, such as mine. We have about 2 DMR repeaters, 5 fusion repeaters, and 3 of them are on the internet, and then 2 D-Star repeaters. And there's a lot of hams that want to use those, and usually they want to do different things. But with this open spot, you can do what you want, and you won't get mad. You won't make other people mad, and you can do what you want, and everybody is happy. So we have a video showing the cross-moding. What will happen is I will talk on my Yaesu FT1 and come out on my DMR radio. And the DMR radio is on the local DMR repeater, and my FT1 is on the open spot. And then I'll come back from the MD3 and it'll come on the FT1 and so on. So we'll get that going right here. Video coded weird. Whiskey 6, Lima Delta Sierra.
Whiskey 6, Lima Delta Sierra.
It's the audio that matters. Whiskey 6, Lima Delta Sierra.
Whiskey 6, Lima Delta Sierra.
And there you go. And Carol, do we have time to do a live demonstration with D-Star? No? Well, what I would have done, this is all set up. I have my open spot here with a ICOM ID51A that Ray Novak over at ICOM lended to me to use, but we don't have enough time, and I'd like to thank him for that. And everything's set up here, and a lot of people have made this a lot neater than me, but if you can see this right here, this is the router. Basically what this is doing is finding the Wi-Fi here at the hamvention and converting it into wired internet so this can get on the internet. It's supplied with an Ethernet cable right here and it's on the open spot. And this thing right here is the battery that's giving power to both devices, and of course it's the open spot with the antenna. Here's a quick diagram made in MS Paint. So you have the open spot user down there in the bottom left, and then they're talking, they're going in to the internet, that cloud right there, and they're going to come out on that repeater user's radio. And this goes for all of the modes. Then you have another repeater user, that goes up, and it'll come out on that open spot user and that repeater user. And you have another open spot user, and then it'll all be linked and everybody will be able to talk, and so on. And also, I'd like to say thank you to a number of people. I'd like to thank my grandfather, K8PRG. He's sitting right over there. And without him, probably wouldn't be home. And surprisingly, I got him into the hobby, not him getting me into the hobby. From when he became a ham, he became an Elmer for taking me to club meetings and all 3 of the license exams, or the sessions, and here today. So, and I also like to thank all of the club members from back home. There's multiple around here from both the Toledo Mobile Radio Association and the Northwest Ohio Black Swamp Radio Society. I'd like to thank them for their support, and without them I probably wouldn't have been up here. And Northwest Ohio Black Swamp Radio Society let me practice at one of their general meetings, and they noticed some things that needed to be changed a little bit and make it even better. And those changes were made, and now I'm here. So I'd like to thank them for that. And I'd like to thank everybody for attending this youth forum today. Thank you.
Well, Ray, I said you should be demonstrating that at the ICOM booth. Okay, while our next speaker